According to the Akashic records, why is it things like yoga, tarot, etc. demonized within the Bible and Christianity? Is there a good reason for it?
This is a deeply layered and important question, one that crosses spiritual, historical, and psychological territory. From a higher Akashic perspective, the reason divination, like astrology or tarot, and inner disciplines like yoga or meditation have been demonized in Christian circles can be traced to a blend of power, fear, and control, not inherent evil. The early institutional church sought to become the sole intermediary between humans and the divine. Practices like astrology, divination, or direct communion through altered states threatened that monopoly. If individuals could read signs in the stars, access guidance from within, commune with the divine without a priest, then the church's hierarchical authority would be weakened. So these practices were labeled demonic to preserve religious authority. Much of the Bible was translated from languages and cultures where symbolic and mystical practices were common and respected. Over time, words like sorcery, witchcraft, or divination were flattened in translation to encompass anything outside the official religious system, even though biblical figures themselves used astrology, e.g. the Magi, or received dreams and visions, a form of divination. The demonization wasn't rooted in the actual content of these practices, but in fear of what couldn't be controlled. Yoga is often feared in Christian circles because of its association with Hindu deities and Eastern cosmology. But yoga, especially in its true form, is not about worshipping foreign gods. It's about unifying body, mind, and spirit to access the inner divine. From the Akashic perspective, the divine is within all beings, and yoga can be a tool for remembering that unity. The fear stems more from theological exclusivity than any inherent danger. These practices activate sovereignty. What's often demonized is not evil, but sovereignty. Astrology, tarot, and yoga help people become self-aware, teach discernment and energetic boundaries, connect individuals directly with source. From an Akashic perspective, practices like these are not demonic, they are tools for awakening. But to systems that rely on obedience, hierarchy, and fear, awakening can look like rebellion. Is there any good reason to demonize it? From a purely protective standpoint, the concern is that untrained or ego-based use of spiritual tools can lead people into confusion or self-delusion. But that is not a reason to demonize the practices. It's a call to discernment and responsibility, not fear. In summary, the demonization of spiritual practices often comes from institutional fear of losing control, cultural and linguistic misunderstandings, energetic resistance to personal sovereignty. But the Akashic view is clear: truth is not afraid of exploration. If a tool brings you into alignment with love, inner peace, and divine remembrance, it is not the tool of darkness, but of awakening.
According to the Akashic records, can divination show us the future or only possibilities?
Divination, whether through tarot, runes, I Ching, astrology, or other sacred tools, does not predict the future in an absolute sense. Instead, it reveals energetic probabilities and patterns based on your current vibration, choices, and soul path. From both a spiritual and Akashic perspective, divination reveals possibilities, not fixed outcomes. The future is not a single fixed timeline. It's a living field of potential shaped by your thoughts, emotions, intentions, karma, and free will. Divination works by tuning into this energetic landscape, helping you become aware of the direction you're currently heading, influences surrounding your situation, energies you may not yet be conscious of, what may manifest if no changes are made. What makes it accurate? Divination is most accurate when you're energetically open and grounded. The practitioner is a clear, intuitive channel. The intention is sincere, not fear-based. You understand it as guidance, not control. From the Akashic Records view, the Akashic field holds all probable futures, pasts, and timelines. When you engage in divination with the right frequency, you're essentially reading a probable page in the Akashic script, a storyline you're aligned with in that moment. But because you are a creator, you can shift timelines. Even after a reading, a change in consciousness, choice, or emotional alignment can move you into a completely different path. Summary: divination is a mirror for the soul. It shows where you're resonating now, what energies you're attracting, and where they are likely to lead. But it also empowers you to make conscious choices and change your future.
Okay, so according to the Akashic records, is there a soul agreement that allows someone to read another's energy through divination?
Yes, from the Akashic Records perspective, soul agreements are very real, and they often include contracts or permissions made before incarnation that involve roles such as healer, reader, guide, or divine mirror. Here's how this connects to reading someone's energy through divination. 1. Soul-level consent. In many cases, if someone is able to access another's energy through tools like tarot, astrology, or clairvoyance, it is because there was a soul-level agreement between the two beings to allow for this type of energetic interface. This often happens when the reading will serve the person's growth, healing, or clarity. The reader is part of the soul group or mission support structure for the one being read. The seeker consciously or unconsciously opens themselves to receive a reflection or insight. 2. Energetic boundaries. Just because someone can read energy doesn't mean they should. Ethical energy reading aligns with free will, intentions rooted in love, respect for divine timing and spiritual boundaries. Without energetic or soul permission, readings can become distorted or incomplete. In some spiritual traditions, trying to read someone without consent is seen as a breach of spiritual law, and protections can be in place that block or blur the reading. 3. Divination as a soul skill. Divination, e.g. tarot, runes, I Ching, is often a reawakened soul skill, meaning the reader has used it in many lifetimes, often as a priestess, oracle, or mystic. When this gift is used in alignment with universal law, it becomes a tool for awakening, not control. Final insight: if a soul is meant to be read, the field will open. If not, the reading may feel vague, blocked, or off target. So yes, divination can absolutely function under the umbrella of soul agreement, but that agreement is upheld by integrity, love, and spiritual readiness on both sides.